Sun cast a shadow, a digital line is coming over the mountain and over your mind. Double down your Bitcoin, hang on for the ride. We're moving into the future, one block at a time. We're moving into the future, one block at a time.
Welcome to Once Upon a Coin, documenting the ongoing history of blockchain and cryptocurrency. And as always, I'm your storyteller, Jason Cassidy. I'm feeling a bit saucy today, so that means it's time to take a look at one of the most significant roles in the growth and adoption of cryptocurrency. That's the good news. The bad news of this role has also been the catalyst for some of the most downright and heinous dirty tricks and soul-crushing scams the industry's ever seen, with some of the characters it's produced truly being larger than life. This is the story of crypto influencers. Okay, let's do a little bit of table setting here first. There really isn't a universally accepted definition of what makes someone a crypto influencer. If you happen to know a thing or two about crypto and you share that with others in an entertaining and convincing manner, well, you may end up influencing some people along the way. And if that were to happen, then you just may be a crypto influencer. Now, whether this is a positive or a negative is much like beauty itself. It's all in the eyes of the beholder, baby.
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
The first crypto influencer to ever exist was, of course, Satoshi Nakamoto, the pseudonymous creator of Bitcoin. His motivations weren't so much financially driven as they were ideological. However, he did end up being so influential that, he ended up kickstarting the whole creation of this entire industry. Satoshi eventually left, leaving a void that would be eventually filled by various people. These early adopters focused on further development of the protocol, investment, education, marketing, and a whole host of other areas that needed attention. In the early prehistoric days of crypto, the term influencer simply didn't exist. If you wanted to help others, you were often seen as a leader and would quickly gain a following as more and more new people entered into the industry looking for answers. Keep in mind, back then, crypto really didn't have an established social media presence yet. Most of the people who gained notoriety were often builders who created companies or took it upon themselves to head to Reddit or the Bitcoin Talk forum to share what they knew with the public. Names like Andreas Antonopoulos, Roger Ver, and Erik Voorhees were some of the most visible, often taking time to speak at conferences regarding Bitcoin. They were also forming companies, writing books, and finding ways to get on the earliest of news coverage on the topic.
Well, I'm sure there's lots of people that are speculating on Bitcoin, but if they are, it's their money to do it with, and it's none of the government's business what people do with their own money. And that's why Bitcoin was created, so that people have 100% complete control over their own money. It's the first time in the entire history of the world in which something like that's existed. And it doesn't matter what country they're in or where they are in the world, they can send and receive money with anyone else anywhere in the world, and there's absolutely nothing anyone can do to stop it.
This time period really revolved around Bitcoin because, well, there really wasn't anything else to focus on yet. Eventually, altcoins like Ethereum, Litecoin, Ripple, and Dash showed up, launching a completely new and very much separate ecosystem within crypto. Isn't it weird sounding to hear Ethereum labeled as an altcoin? Well, technically speaking, anything other than Bitcoin is an altcoin. So now, people like Charlie Lee, Vitalik Buterin, and Jed McCaleb were becoming household names given their affiliation with these new projects. Events like the Silk Road bust and the collapse of Mt. Gox put Bitcoin and blockchain under the microscope for both governments and the media. Naturally, these disastrous events hurt the growing confidence that was forming around the technology. However, many early adopters of Bitcoin used this opportunity of increased attention on the currency to point out that it had many useful purposes for humanity to unlock if we were to collectively give it a chance. Much like the US dollar and all the scams it's associated with, you don't always want to throw the baby out with the bathwater. Another name that popped up around this time was Barry Silbert, and he made his presence felt with the creation of DCG, or Digital Currency Group. He took time to hit the conference circuit and became one of the first big traditional finance names to make the jump to crypto, becoming influential in the blockchain space.
There is $7 trillion of gold held in the world today, I believe that digital currency is becoming an entirely new asset class that is going to capture a meaningful portion of that $7 trillion.
With each passing year, bull or bear market, more and more people were joining the industry, with some of these people garnering significant attention for themselves. The ICO era was probably when the first real crypto influencer types began to show up, and there's a big reason why. Before Ethereum popularized the ICO model via the ERC20 token standard, if you wanted to create your own coin, you pretty much had to create your own blockchain network first. Having done this several times myself in the past, I can attest to the level of technical aptitude, cost, and patience you must have to successfully pull this off. The level of difficulty here pretty much kept a lot of non-technical people on the sidelines. Once the ERC20 standard became a thing, creating your own currency was much easier, and it dropped the barrier of entry into the sector precipitously. Money started pouring in, as now anyone with a bit of capital and risk tolerance could become a crypto investor or token creator. And whenever easy money exists, people will always congregate around it. And to be clear, there's absolutely nothing wrong with wanting to make money in an industry that revolves around the creation of new types of money. Where the rubber meets the road here is your intent on how you plan on making that money. Some people are here for virtuous reasons, while others are simply here because they have a charismatic personality they can put to use and are primarily driven by greed. The great bull market of 2017 saw a large amount of both of these type of people show up, and the crazy amount of money that was made even someone like myself blush a bit. A new wave of crypto influencers began popping up, with names like Ivan on Tech via YouTube and Twitter personalities like Whale Panda. Podcast hosts like Laura Shin and Peter McCormick also began cultivating a fan base, as they helped investors stay up to date while digging deep into some of the most fascinating subplots in the industry. Personalities like Trevon James also made an appearance, promoting the failed project and outright scam, BitConnect.
Now, you did not lose $30,000, okay? Everyone, listen up. You didn't lose your money. Now, you have your... Technically, you kind of lost your money.
But it's not just YouTubers or social media power users who have got caught up in the crypto influencer game. Believe it or not, celebrities have been playing an increasingly larger role in the industry over the years. You can ask Floyd Mayweather and DJ Khaled all about that, since they both got in trouble in 2017 for promoting the failed scam project, Centra Tech. Khaled was able to secure $50,000 for promoting the project, while Mayweather was able to secure $100,000, but neither disclosed their vested interest. While the founder of Centra Tech was sentenced to 8 years in jail, Khaled and Mayweather got off much easier by comparison, having to abstain from promoting any securities for the next couple years. While these personalities did make an impact on the industry for better or worse during the bull market of 2017, it wasn't actually until 2021 when things went into overdrive. And this was due to the next great bull market in crypto kicking off, one that featured NFTs or non-fungible tokens as the centerpiece. Now, a whole catalog of use cases were getting fresh air, or in many cases, first-time representation in the industry. Art, metaverse, music, gaming, fashion, and a whole slew of other sectors were now receiving the spotlight. In many ways, the insane influx of crypto influencers around this time can be attributed to the fact that NFTs were a lot easier for the average person to get excited about. By 2021, you had probably already heard of Bitcoin and Ethereum, and if you hadn't bought any yet, then there was a pretty good chance that it simply just didn't appeal to you. The fact is, there's only so many people out there that are going to get excited about new types of money. But now with NFTs, all those unique things in the world could be tokenized. Vintage goods, sports cards, the deed to your home, even personal items that held some sentimental value. All these things and more could now be represented by an NFT. So it's no wonder that the amount of people pouring into the industry went ballistic, creating a tsunami of financial opportunities. And as we previously established, when there's easy money around, there is always going to be people drawn to it like a moth to the flame. And once again, the industry saw an eclectic mix of people taking on the role of the crypto influencer. For example, here's just a short list of some of the celebrities that showed up to try and sell you a new token or NFT over the past few years. Logan and Jake Paul, Kim Kardashian, Tom Brady, Shaquille O'Neal, Lindsay Lohan, Matt Damon, Snoop Dogg, and Floyd Mayweather. Yep, he was back at it again, sadly. Some celebrities were promoting projects and investments that had real teams behind them and real substance under the technological hood. Others were flat out taking money from fraudsters who were looking to lure in unsuspecting investors who were drawn to the aura of Hollywood. NFTs saw their fair share of scams as well, drawing in former adult film star Lana Rhodes, who launched the CryptoSys project in February of 2022. The offering consisted of just over 6,000 Rhodes-themed cartoon avatars. Rhodes promised future utility within the metaverse along with signed merch and meet and greets. The price utterly collapsed from its $261 mint price, dropping like a rock. Once the community realized that those promises weren't likely to be honored, they were understandably upset. Rhodes' response to this was to basically blame the community for their poor attitude, drain the company wallet of $1.5 million US, and then walk away from the project altogether. For someone who basically spent their entire career in the sex industry, it was her fan base that got royally screwed in the end. Another example of a celebrity who successfully made the cutover into the crypto space was none other than Snoop Dogg himself. He made a foray into the NFT space via the Sandbox metaverse, along with a series of NFTs that evolved over time in lockstep with his ongoing tours. But it wasn't just music artists, legendary athletes, and movie stars that were influencing the masses during the great bull market that started in 2021. Arguably one of the most notorious and universally disliked people in the crypto influencer space is Ben Armstrong, aka BitBoy. At this point, BitBoy has a blockchain rap sheet that reads like a roll of toilet paper. He's been known to promote just about any offering if the founders pay him enough, and he's been linked to many scams and failed projects like BAM and dissect. He also made a public pledge to hold on to his allocation of Ben tokens for a period of 6 months, tokens he received from the founder for ostensibly promoting the project, which he was doing at the time. This instilled a sense of confidence and stability in the coin, helping it grow in value. However, just 1 week later, BitBoy went back on his word and dumped all of his Ben tokens, creating an instant uproar in the community who didn't appreciate being lied to when their investments were on the line. BitBoy also got himself into hot water for promoting FTX, failing to appear in court for a lawsuit hearing despite being ordered to by a federal judge. Instead, he went to Twitter to shitpost about the situation, risking an arrest warrant being issued for him. He's done a lot of stuff since then, from finding himself in a crypto rap video to getting fired from his own promotion, a situation that took a lot of the industry by surprise. This boiled over into an ugly scene where BitBoy was arrested by the police for parking outside of a business owner's house with a gun in the car, all while he live streamed the entire debacle for the whole world to see. And then there's popular YouTuber turned crypto influencer Anthony Pompeliano. He promoted the living snot out of BlockFi, a crypto lending platform that was one of the most popular DeFi or decentralized finance options during the great bull market of 2021.
BlockFi! Rocket ship!
The only problem here is that, despite Pomp's promotion of BlockFi, things didn't end up going too well for the company as they went bankrupt in November of 2022. Investors were absolutely ruined, and unsurprisingly, Pompeliano took a lot of heat for this in the media and crypto community.
BlockFi is preparing for a potential bankruptcy. I watched a clip before we did this interview in which you called it a, quote, rocket ship. Get on board, you said. I am bullish, bullish, bullish. I mean, isn't that part of the problem? Don't you have any regrets whatsoever for making statements like that and perhaps putting people who are less experienced than you into some of these assets?
It's worth noting in this situation that Pompeliano was an early investor in BlockFi, which helps explain the rationale behind this promotion. As you can see, crypto influencers have played a pivotal role in the industry over the years, for better or worse. So here are my thoughts on the matter. This industry needs people who are willing to help educate and break down barriers for newcomers. So for me, it all comes down to intent. If you set out with your heart in the right place to help others, whether or not you make money along the way, you're good in my books. However, if you show up with a bridge to sell people, looking to make a quick buck by being virtually willing to promote anything to reach your financial goals, well then I got some news for you. You're one of the baddies.
Hans, are we the baddies?
My passion is education, and it's what led me to creating the first blockchain consultancy in Canada at Crypto Consultant, launched back in early 2013. Since then, I've had the pleasure of serving my country in many ways, including helping regulators bring forth sensible solutions for the industry. I've also invested a lot of my time and capital into building useful tools for humanity. The goal of this show is to help people learn the ropes of crypto, kick back, relax, and have a good time. So basically, a heaping helping of knowledge with a healthy dose of entertainment.
Are you not entertained?
I hope you enjoyed today's stroll down memory lane. Until next time, have fun and enjoy life, my friends. I'll be back soon with another incredible story to tell you.